All right, welcome back to another episode of Chopping It Up. Today we watched Hacksaw Ridge, and I'm here with Charlie Feinstein and Dylan McMorrow.
What up?
So today we will be reviewing and going through what we liked, what we didn't like, the overall review of the movie Hacksaw Ridge, directed by Mel Gibson. Honestly, I was a big fan of the movie. I don't know. What do you guys think?
Yeah. I mean, I liked it. I mean, I'm not a huge me personally, I'm not a huge fan of war movies, but this was like one of the best ones I've seen for sure.
Rude.
I mean, I'm gonna save my opinion for my rating. I'll just go through the movie.
All right. So basically, the movie's about an actual person that was involved in the. I think this is a Vietnam War, right? If I'm historically correct.
I don't think no.
No,
It's a Vietnam War.
is it not? I mean, it was with
We're talking
the.
about Pearl Harbor.
Oh
Pearl
yeah.
Harbor.
Oh yeah. Sorry. World War II. So basically, he serves in the. He serves in the war.
The Vietnam War.
I don't know, because I was just looking at all the the people that they were fighting against were Asian, so I was expecting it to
Yeah,
be
they
like
fought Japan in both World Wars too.
I know, whatever. Anyways, so the movie's basically about a guy that serves in the war, but he does not touch a rifle because it's one of the commandments that you can't kill. It's a sin. It's a major sin under God's oath. So he's a very religious man, and he says that he will not touch a single rifle in his time of serving war. So he serves as a combat medic, basically, except without the rifle. And before he even serves in the war, he has a really hard time getting there, and a lot of people are doubting him, calling him a coward. And so basically, it's not till the war till they see his true braveness and what he really is, because he's not like any coward. He's a man that has trust in God. And honestly, I believe in God as well. I'm a very religious guy. Well, not very, but he says that it was all God's work. And every time he would get another man, he'd say one more and one more, and he ended up saving 72. It said,
Yeah, I think
It's
72
an
lives.
unreal amount.
yeah, it's crazy for one person. That's the
Yeah,
thing.
I know. It's like wild.
Yeah, it's absurd. I mean, for respect to that guy, I would never be able to do that. Like, I don't even know if I'd be able to serve in war, but that's just my opinion.
Uh I actually wrote down some notes when I was watching it because there's so many characters that I completely I knew I was gonna forget them. So I just want the flamethrower guy, that was pretty epic.
Yeah,
That guy was a beast.
he was a beast.
Guy.
He was a beast. He was a beast.
He just took down. Then he died. There's a lot of death.
Yeah.
Characters that you're kind of attached to. But also Vince Vaughn. I've never seen him in a movie like this.
Same.
I've always seen him in like a comedy or more of a light movie, and seeing him in more of a serious movie. I think he did a really good job.
Agreed.
I don't know if he did a really good job, just because I've seen him in so many comedies that when he was yelling at them, it was almost like he was making fun of them 24/7. So it was almost like his part was almost like a comedic role in this war film.
Agreed. I mean,
Just my
yeah, I just think overall, each character played a really good job at playing his role to the fullest. Especially Hollywood. The guy just out the get go, he was butt naked working out, letting his junk hang out. But even though
And then
comes in and he's like, oh, you gotta get outside, and since you want to be prideful and take pride in your body, you can go outside and work out while you're naked. And I thought that was pretty funny.
Yeah, that was hilarious.
and then
But here you go.
no, you got it.
No, because we're still on the positives. You go.
No, we're still on the recap. We haven't moved to the positives.
We're still on the recap.
You want to go to the
Well,
positives?
I thought it was a really good foreshadow at the start when he hit his brother in the head with that rock.
Oh, yeah.
And then he was just staring at the 10 Commandments for a minute and looking at thou shalt not kill.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean that was his whole family dynamic. That was pretty interesting, and you really had to think about it to understand it, if that makes sense.
Yeah. Especially with the dad. Especially since his dad was also in the previous world. Um, well, they called it Great War, but it was like World War One. But yeah, I just think that like it put like a really big dynamic. The fact that his dad was actually in the war and he went some like through something, and like you were expecting to see that from Doss as well, from the younger Doss. And I think that with who's the lady,
Dorothy.
is Dorothy. I feel like that also brought a really big dynamic because like it was almost the fact that he was fighting for her and for his family. So like the fact that he kept his Bible with him at all times with the picture of her really like showed like how much at that time like women meant to like the soldiers fighting because like you could see that they were fighting for a purpose for their country and all that stuff.
Yeah. I mean, another like I really liked the character development. Like we might have already touched on that, but I really liked like Smitty and like his like development through it, and the same with like the Vince Vaughn character. I kind of forgot his name, but like how they both started off like hating him and like calling him like wanting him to leave and calling him a coward. And then by the end, they're just like he was like they were like brothers to him,
Yeah,
and vice versa.
I was actually sad when he died.
Yeah, when Smitty died, and then when he brought him down at the end, and
Yeah.
he was dead.
And he looked at him, he just stared at him. Like they give you like it's like a tie of emotions, honestly. Like it's a really like thrilling and like action packed movie, but at the same time it makes you like think about like how like dangerous war is and like how much and like all the stuff that goes on and like after like the like it's so traumatizing, especially for his dad. Like he was like couldn't even look at his son in the suit, in the uniform, because like it just brought so many memories back to him.
Yeah, especially wars like that. Like we haven't had a war like that
Yeah.
since then.
I was literally watching with my parents. I'm like, yo, if there's a World War III, like I don't know what I'm gonna do. Like I'm gonna be so scared, like just trying to go out, or I'll probably die, like because I think I'm a savage, like some Call of Duty stuff. Like no funny.
I mean, if we had a World War III, it would not be like that.
Yeah, I know it'd be like I feel like it'd be a lot more like I don't know,
It wouldn't be like that. Like it'd be a lot more smart, like smarter tactics.
practical and stuff. Yeah, that was so. The one part I did not understand is that they
Yeah,
just
let's go to positives first. Save some like
We are on the
negative.
positives.
Huh?
We are on the positives.
Oh, okay, we're on the positives.
Yeah, we're just finished. We can move into the next. It's kind of like a loose thing, though. We don't have to be like.
Yeah, I know, but I'm just saying, like, I don't want to say like negative stuff at the start and then like have nothing to say later. You know?
all right, all right. I'm done with the positives.
Yeah,
Yeah.
move on to the negatives.
All right, so the one thing I didn't like, well, like I can't. It's based on a true story, so there's nothing we could change about that like aspect. But the one thing I just didn't understand was when they would go down and then come back up as if they weren't just already there waiting for them. You know what I mean? Like they're basically like walking into like death. Like I get they were fighting in war, but they would just keep pushing forward. And you remember when like all like the army of like the Japs just kept coming in and like they would just keep moving forwards. Like I'm like, what? Like you're outnumbered and like it's not gonna work out like that. I don't get why you would like plan it like that in that way. Like such a dumb tactic. Like I don't know.
I agree with you, but like that must have been what it was like in real life because like
Yeah,
it's
no, that's
loosely
what
based
I'm saying.
on it, but like that definitely happened if they went up like multiple times.
Yeah, I know. That's not. It's not like a bad part about the movie. It just
Yeah,
completely
I
like
agree with you. It
yeah,
almost doesn't make sense.
yeah, exactly.
I mean, another thing I didn't necessarily like about it is that they didn't explain a ton of things. Like you kind of had to use like your own knowledge to like figure it out. And like I don't like I'm not a huge history guy, so like I didn't know a ton about World War II. So like I actually had to look up like a couple things. It's kind of like the movie we watched yesterday. Like I didn't get some of the stuff, but like I guess it made sense. But I guess they could have explained it for a little bit.
And I wish there was more stuff with his brother. Like he saw him on the battlefield or something like that. Like make something emotional like that. Like
Yeah,
that would
I
be
agree.
cool.
Because they did show him at the end talking about his brother. So like I feel like it would have been nice.
I mean, his brother survived because they interviewed him.
I
Yeah.
know that's what I'm saying. Like at the end, like it showed like Harold, that's his name, right? And like talking
Yeah.
about his brother, and then like he just disappeared for like almost all the movie. I mean, he was there at the beginning when he got smashed with the rock, and then when he was going
His last
Lloyd, and then
Yeah.
like he was just gone. I feel like it's like so much better if like they showed a little bit more of his brother. I agree with that.
Dude, it was It was so awkward when he was at the hospital and just like staring at her. I actually wanted to turn
Oh
the
my
computer.
god!
I was,
Turned away. I was like,
I was
what?
like falling out of my skin.
I'm like, dude, I was like, are you gonna say something or are you just gonna smile? Like, what the heck? Like, I was so confused. I'm like, dude, like, come on, spit it. Like, let's go. Like, are you gonna say something? She kept like looking back, like it's over there, and he kept just smiling. I'm like, bro, you're not gonna pick up a
He
girl.
got it though.
Yeah,
Got
I did. That's enough. He married her, dude.
Yeah.
And then I didn't get the end when like the Japanese guy got beat, like killed himself.
That was probably like the leader, and they didn't want like they're probably gonna like.
Yeah, I thought that was weird too.
Like they didn't explain that at all.
Yeah. Honestly, that's a good point. Like,
There's no backstory to that. I guess it's a sign of them like giving up the like.
yeah, I'm assuming that he was like some sort of leader with like information, and so like he had to kill himself so like they wouldn't torture him to like give him
Probably.
about the war. I don't know.
But then again, he stabbed himself. Like
he
I feel like
stabbed
that,
himself, and then the guy chopped off his head. Like why? Like what?
that hurt so much more than just getting shot.
Yeah, I was like, yo,
No, no, that's not true. Because once you get your head
Word.
chopped off, yeah,
But he literally stabbed himself.
yeah.
Okay, he didn't have himself, but if you get your head chopped off, you're just out like that. Like
Yeah,
you get
obviously. But what's the point of stabbing yourself if you're gonna just chop your head off?
Maybe that was like an important dagger. I don't know. We can look it up.
Like those guys were crazy when they were holding up the white flag. I was like,
Bro,
damn.
And then they throw the grenades.
I was like, that's like that's so like disrespectful. Like the white flag means it's over.
That's definitely like a war crime. Like,
bro, but like honestly, the one thing I understand he was like a medic and he's helping like people, but like I didn't like it when he was helping the other side. Like it just felt so unnatural to me. Like I get that like his persona, but like I just like if you're fighting and he's killed like these like Japs have killed like all of his men. Like he's saving people because of them. And the fact that he's trying to help, he saved some of the Japs. He sent some of the Japs down to them to help them. Like it just made no sense to me.
I think it just showed his faith in like religion and God, and he thinks like thou shalt not kill.
Yeah, he's just like I don't know. I was like he's just like, basically a savior from God. Like he was like really working under God's word. Like I feel like that's what Das was like. That's really all he was doing in that movie.
And especially when he was in that cave and I don't know if he ended up saving that guy, but when he like helped him out with his like wound, I thought that was powerful.
Yeah, I know that was really like I was like. So at the same time, I was like, why is he doing that? But then I'm like, yeah, it's really his persona. Like he's just out there to help anyone he can.
And that guy could have like screamed because like so many other like Japanese people were in that tunnel.
Yeah, I know, it was crazy.
Yeah.
And when they were like walking by and he had to like cover himself with that person and cover the
I was shocked.
I was like, please, yo.
And then the guy stabbed him and missed.
And missed.
Yeah.
That is not realistic at
I was
all.
like, that's not realistic, but like how? But that actually happened because it's a true story. Like, how?
No, that could be fake. That could be.
You think?
It's like loosely based.
I feel like I don't know. I feel like it's just because like the guy at the end was basically like telling it, and you know how they incorporated the part where like the guy was blind with the dirt and blood.
Yeah.
And he said like, "Oh my god!" Like he actually said those words. Like I was like, "Damn."
Yeah.
That was just like their.
And when
the scene at the end when he was like getting doused in water and like all the blood coming off him in the dirt was like insane.
Dude.
I was sad when he was like, I forgot the guy's name, but like the other medic, he was like, where is he? Like, oh, he died. He didn't have enough plasma. And the guy like gave himself up for the plasma.
Oh, yeah, remember he's like, nah, give it to him, and then like he put it on top, and the guy shot the plasma.
Yeah.
Also, when like
what is plasma?
I don't know. I honestly don't know. Here, I'll search it up. What is? Blood plasma was an essential treating wounded soldiers. When a soldier is critically wounded, blood loss is extremely dangerous. Rather than the loss of oxygen carrying red blood cells, the greatest concern is the loss of fluids, which results in low blood pressure. So like I'm guessing it's like a substitution for the blood that they've been losing. Like they would like put it in him. It's kind of like an IV, and I'm guessing that they would just like put it in to replace the blood that they lost. That's dope though, especially the part when he was coming down, and like that zip line with the stretcher, and like they would like angle it so like it was.
He's going to heaven.
Yeah, that's what I thought. What did you guys think of
All
the?
right.
What did you guys think of the soundtrack though? I feel like soundtracks really make or break a movie. Like like when they were in war and like it would be like the violins playing and everything. Like I feel like that was like really good. I feel like the movie soundtrack was good.
Didn't really stand out to me.
Yeah, I don't
I
even
didn't
really
physically
remember
stand
that
out,
much.
like notice being like that's a good soundtrack. And usually, like if it is, I would.
I
Like
don't know if it can make and break a movie, but like I feel like it could definitely make a movie. But like
Sound design
if
definitely. Like imagine like Transformers without the sound design.
well, but of course they're gonna put sounds in there. Like it's just like the ones they choose, I feel
yeah,
like.
that's what I'm saying. Like I feel like if they would choose like some stupid like music, like it wouldn't be good. Like I feel like they like I don't know, they incorporated like some like good like sound like even
Yeah,
the sound effects like were really good. Like
that's
the
what I'm saying.
lighting and everything, like when like they would explosions and like the guy screaming. I feel like that was all really well done.
Yeah.
Well, it's definitely done like in a real like place. Like it
Yeah,
was all practical for sure.
But that must be insanely hard to like shoot everything.
yeah,
I
dude.
wonder how long that took them to shoot that like one big war scene. You know how many people were in that? It was like hundreds.
Thousands.
Like,
That scene where all the Japanese people were running down.
yeah, like it's wild.
Yeah, that's actually crazy.
It took whoa, yo, chill. Okay, I don't know if this is for real, but I'm reading something and it says it took 16 years.
Cap.
16. I don't think
No,
that's real.
no, that's definitely not true.
Bro, how long did it take to make Hacksaw Ridge? It took 16 years to make Mel Gibson's epic war film with a 40 million budget, one of many stumbling blocks.
Jeez.
Wow. How wait, what was the budget?
40 million.
Oh, that's kind of low. For like,
That's not that but like honestly, like what else? All they had to do were like include the bombing effects and like the gunshots, but like I feel like that's all like it wasn't like something like huge. Like oh my god, like it blew it out of the water. Like I was like, damn, that effect is sick. It was just like really explosions. That's
I
crazy.
agree.
16 years? There's no way. I don't know. I'm gonna just believe Google. But 16 years is a
Because
lot.
if it was 16 years, like the characters would have
Yeah, that's
aged to
what I'm
like
saying.
so much.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah, there's no way.
that's facts.
There's
Unless
no.
they're counting editing. Maybe the editing took like a long time.
Yeah, maybe like they recorded it and then, but it came out in 2016. So that means they would have started 2000. Just makes no sense. How old is Andrew Garfield?
Yeah, I don't know.
I don't know. For some reason, I didn't really like his accent. Like it kind of made me mad.
I mean, it fit. He's from
I like.
Virginia. I kind of liked it too.
I
Honestly.
can,
No,
like.
like I have nothing against Southern accents. Yeah, I guess that's just how they talked back then.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I kind of liked it. I feel like it suited like his persona. Honestly.
I agree.
All right, should we move on to the ratings?
I think we should.
I mean, I'm gonna start this one since I ended the last one, but personally, I thought it was a great movie. Very capturing. I'm gonna give it. I'm gonna just go straight high. 8. I'm gonna give it an 8.8 out of 10.
Charlie?
Now you got it. I'll finish this one off.
Whoa. Like, honestly, I thought it was a really solid movie. And the fact that it was based on like a true story kind of boosted it for me. So I'm gonna give it like an 8.2.
Okay.
Good.
Yeah, I mean, I'm probably somewhere in that range, Dylan. It's definitely. I don't know if I'm gonna be in 10 years. Am I gonna remember watching that movie? Like, I don't know.
Yeah, but for the now, I mean, you're not gonna remember a lot of things in 10 years, kid. Like,
Yeah, I think I will.
no, I don't think.
I remember watching the Star Wars movies.
Okay, but that's
That's like a
obvious.
super
That's
franchise.
so
Like,
different. Yeah, that's so different, Chuck. You can't compare it to Star Wars. Star Wars is a whole franchise. It's like our whole childhood. This is one
Okay.
movie that we watch.
but they are movies. At the end of the day, they're movies.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go with it. Yeah, 8.1.
So what does that combine to?
Oh, wait, would I give it an 8 point?
2.
I give 8.2. Yeah.
So that's around like an 8.3, I think.
It is exactly a 8.36. Should we round it up to an 8.4?
Yeah.
8.4.
Yeah, so we do
All right, 8.4
8.4.
final score.
That's a
Honestly,
solid score.
that's very solid because
Really
you, especially with Dylan. Dylan's actually a hard grader. Like he's like really the Dave for movies. Like,
I've had the lowest grades both times.
oh, have you?
Yeah.
No, but I'm saying like Dylan thought like an average movie was like a 6. I'm like, yo, what?
Yeah. An average movie is like a 6 to a 7.
Wait,
Like,
what
that's an
did
okay
what
movie.
did Jojo Rabbit get overall?
7.1.
And this was at 8.4.
8.4.
4.
Yeah, that's fair.
Hacksaw Ridge was a really good movie.
Yeah,
I enjoyed it.
I enjoyed it. I mean, it wasn't like holy smokes, like let me watch it again, like right after. But like, yeah,
Yeah.
it was really good. Like I'd recommend it.
I agree. I would recommend it. Jojo Rabbit, not gonna lie, I was checking my phone. I was like, how much time?
Yeah, like honestly, this movie I recommend. Jojo Rabbit, I recommend to some sort of audience. Like I recommend this to like everyone, honestly. Like
Yeah. Ask me before watching Jojo Rabbit. I'll see who you are, and then I'll recommend.
yeah, exactly.
But Hacksaw Ridge, automatic.
Recommend. Charlie, you recommend?
I don't know. I kind of saw like got bored at one point at the beginning, but the last like half of the movie, I was definitely engaged.
You got the cap?
Cap.
The beginning of the movie was kind of boring. Like I don't know what to tell you.
Like no one.
And also, this is like not my type of
two
movie.
brothers fighting, and then a brick got smacked across his face.
Yeah,
That's
what?
not entertaining.
I'm talking about like in the military training scenes, but like this is just like isn't my type of movie.
All right. So, do you recommend it? Yes or no?
If you like these kind of movies, yeah.
Okay, that's
Alright.
fair. I recommend this to every audience, honestly.
Same.
All right. So I mean, 8.4, solid movie. I mean, overall, I
Facts.
liked it. Tune in tomorrow, 6 p.m. Tuesday, May 12th, for The Girl with the Dragon Tattoo. This is Chopping It Up. Brian Gomez. Seeing you later. Dylan, Charlie.
Catch you tomorrow.
Seeing you later.
See you later.
All right. Later, kids.
Later.